All right, so moving on, we just went over very basic wrist and half, where we were driving over, sinking an elbow deep, and getting our pin. That's great if we can get that, but a lot of times guys are going to be able to fight a little bit more, and we're going to have to work for, again, against guys who are more advanced, better at defending. We're going to have to do a little bit more than just be able to drive them right over there. So this next one, same thing. I'm going to have wrist control. I'm going to work to get my half. We did everything right. Instead, like he was fighting me, I can go ahead and push your arm out again. Again, I go elbow to elbow, and I get my half here. Maybe I'm trying to run it, but he's just fighting down so hard. I can't quite get him past the point to drive him over to his back. He's just, for whatever reason, he's just strong enough. I'm trying to step up and get him to drive or to go over, and I just can't do it. So he's fighting that arm down, and we're in this position where we kind of get stuck. And this is where you'll see people kind of get stuck here where they almost have it, but they can't quite get further than here. So one thing that we can do to help us be able to finish from here is not try to just get super strong and drive them over, because you're not going to win that battle most of the time. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take our back knee and we're going to stick it right in his chest. All right, after we have that, we're going to basically stay there. We're going to basically do, I don't know what we call this, I guess a quarter turn, and we're going to drag him across our body here. What that's going to do is going to continue to turn his body and give us a little bit better angle in order to finish this. And this is actually probably the more common way that you're going to see the half finished at the higher levels. So I have the half Nelson, I can't get any further, I drive my knee in, go ahead and fight down. As he's fighting down, I'm going to drag him across. Notice now his back is 90 degrees. Now we can sink this in deep. Again, I don't want to get my arm trapped. Post over here, lift the head, and we can pin him from here. Very simple motion, but sometimes in the middle of the match, people get a little too rushed, and they're trying so hard to run it over, but then they just need to take this one extra step. We've got to block them, and let's go, yeah. So notice I'm using my knee to block here. If I don't block and I pull, it's not going to change anything. One, it'd be really hard to do too. I don't really have very good leverage. So I'm going to run this. As I'm starting to run it and he's fighting down, there's a little bit of space there, and that's where my knee goes. My other leg comes up, and we're literally just dragging him across our knee. And let's turn, let me think what the best angle is. Turn away from the camera a tiny bit. So right now I'm not getting back points yet, and he's not even close to 90 degrees. As soon as I do this, now his back is close to 90 degrees, and all I did was pull him over my knee, and from here, sink that deep, adjust, lift the head, and get our pin. So really just one extra little step there, but that can make all the difference. It's really not anything crazy, but we need to make sure we need our knee in place, because that's going to be the pivot point. That's what's blocking him and keeping his body at this angle, and then as we pull him over our knee, we get him to this angle, and then we can sink the half deep and finish. So one more time, I got far wrist, he's maybe fighting me a little bit here, I walk out elbow to elbow. Now here we are, I can't get him over for whatever reason, trying, he's fighting down really hard. Knee goes in his chest, pull him across, sink it deep, adjust, and now from here, we can get our pin. Again, lifting his head so he can't bridge, and just making it nice and clear that both of his shoulder blades are touching the mat, and then we can get our pin. So this is just one more way to finish this half. And again, against better guys, we're probably going to have to do this. You're not going to be able to just run him over with strength. We're going to have to pull him across that knee to improve that angle, sink our elbow, and get the pin.